The superstition of the new boys decided Tottenham's numbering. Neither of them wanted to wear number 9. In defence, Mark Kendall and John Lacey get their chance after playing only 7 games between them last season. For the Argentines, Diaz and Villa, it's the start of their 3rd season with Tottenham, careers which began against Forest in Nottingham 2 years ago. Brian Clough has had his problems off the field in the build-up weeks, but both Birtles and Robertson, who've had their differences with the manager, are included in the lineup. Bryn Gunn replaces the injured Viv Anderson at right back, and David Needham is the choice at centre-half. So in an atmosphere of doubt about its future and debate about its right to invade the British summertime so early, we have lift-off in the 82nd Football League season. If the game is still sport, then the dictionary tells us that it should be amusement, diversion, fun. If it's totally business, then it has a need to be a risk business, and as such, exciting to its true shareholders, the spectators. Now, there are plenty here on a very warm afternoon at White Hart Lane, a temperature I would have thought pushing into the 80s here. Spurs in white shirts and dark shorts. There's Gordon Smith. And Ardiles marked by Needham, and the free kick given against Needham. Smith with Villa just inside him, and Bryn Gunn with the challenge. Villa, Ardiles, Needham away. Steve Perriman coming from the back for Tottenham. Archibald got up well, found Crooks, Burns across. Height of Archibald's jump certainly surprised Needham. Garth, Villa. I think he wanted that to touch straight on to Archibald, but here is Crooks. Good goalkeeping by Peter Shilton. He was out very quickly, and though he didn't make the ball off Crooks at the first attempt, such was the power of his dive that it was enough to put Crooks off. Houghton with Ardiles forward on the right side. Once again, Tottenham in possession, have a front line of 4. And they have another free kick for another push. And you may pick up the shout of "get out." It's coming from Peter Shilton, telling his defenders to move up. Comes down to Villa, to Archibald, took it nicely, fine save, lovely piece of football. Ended after Archibald had pulled the ball down so well, created the room for himself. He was denied by a fine save from Peter Shilton. Villa with the corner. Birtles who got it away. Oh, and Smith who got it through to Villa, but he was offside. If it's possible for the crowd to get any warmer, they've certainly done so after that fine piece of football by Archibald. Archibald, well up again, this time by Crooks, and Archibald once more. Very cool, but can he put it away? No, he can't. It's arguable that we'll now be looking at a second slow motion, because it did seem to go into slow motion then, after Crooks had got up well in the air Archibald took so much time, so coolly, but he went rather wide. Forrest got 2 men back on the line. He tried for height and got too much. Burns. Gray and Ardiaz. Stays in. Oh, comes back to Ardiaz, very fortunately. Huddle. Well, there was more sting than one might have imagined. But perhaps that's because I imagine quite a few people in the ground were looking for the curled one to the top. Peter Shilton's team finished in 5th place in the league last season, runners-up in the League Cup and winners, of course, of the European Cup. Backing in by Birtles on Lacey. We've had half an hour of the match, and we still wait for the opening goal of the season here. Here's Archibald, and the referee says goal kick. Burns lost it. Archibald thought he might have got away. Burns challenged. Spurs supporters at least hoped that they might get a penalty, but Mr. Spencer was not prepared to supply it. Lacey. Ardiaz nicely down to Huddle. He's been very much the deeper of the two. Offside against Crooks and Archibald. Houghton. Wallace. And Tottenham with all back bar too. Needham. Offside against Birtles. After a bright start, the game suffering a little bit from the fact that defenders seem to know too much for attackers. And that's been an all too familiar story in football the world over in recent years. Birtles. That's well done by Wallace. Ponte, Gunn just behind him. McGovern square of Gunn with the shooting chance. Which in cricket parlance he's somewhat flashed at. Just a quick, simple break, started by Wallace, Ponte, Gunn, and finally McGovern with the shot, which he didn't really give himself time to take. Ardiaz. Archibald, just the wrong side of the post. When he got the power on it, a beautifully flighted cross by Ozzy Ardiaz. Shilton, I think, would have covered it, to be fair to him, if it had been just the other side of the post. Really lovely cross from Ardiaz. we reach half-time with a blank score sheet. Although Steve Archibald might be reflecting that he could have had 3. 1 fine save from Shilton and 2 chances that just went away. Trevor Spencer adding to his suntan, gets the second half underway, and it really is very, very warm. Pretty much more seen of Tottenham as an attacking force in the first period. But after a bright start, they faded somewhat until the opportunity that RDS set up right at the end of the half. It's Bertels. Last time he's had a chance to run at anybody, but he ran straight at Perriman. McGovern. Spurs had to wait until their 4th game for their first league victory last season. And the season before they had to wait until their 5th. Archibald makes something of that. Need him forcing him away, need support, Hoddle coming square. First time crack to a ball, not particularly well laid actually. Our central defenders have made the odd mistake to worry Peter Shilton. Lacey has done well enough on his recall so far. Crooks, Via, Chris Houghton, wearing 3 but playing it right back. Hoddle. Oh, that might run for Ardiers. Was he pulled? Surely he was pulled. And the referee gives the penalty. No question that he was pulled by David Needham. Super through ball from Hoddle. Peter Shilton goes to complain. But the only complaint that Forest might have is that the first pull, which didn't bring the little fellow down, was outside the box. But the one that really put him off balance was inside, in my opinion. And Glenn Hoddle has the chance from the penalty spot. 7 penalties he scored last season out of 22, and that's his first of this season. So Tottenham's top scorer of last season with that total of 22 scores their first here. Sending Peter Shilton the wrong way. And that's awoken the crowd from its slumbers. Foul by Smith. Tottenham pulling all back by Crooks. Needham is up, so is Bowyer, so is Kendall. And Forest have got 3 back. Tottenham now 4 forward. Oh, that's a great ball, but it's just going to be reached by Shilton. Another good through ball by Hoddle. He didn't get many through in the first half, has already played 2 very useful ones in this. Glenn Hoddle's ability to clip the ball first time forward to these front players is going to be a useful weapon for Tottenham. Robertson, Houghton arrived just in time. Bowyer, an offside flag anyway. Backing in by Archibald on Needham. Forest really yet to suggest that they're going to pull back this goal deficit. Haven't really seen much of them as an attacking force. They've been a bit of an odd assortment. Kick from further back, I think. Smith. Archibald. Took it well, having seemingly lost it. Here is Huddle, there is Crooks, but Burns was in the way and nobody coming in behind Crooks. Adias. He's getting nearer. Good play by Tottenham. They might have done with giving Crooks more support with the ball in the air. And Ardia's shot in the end just curling away above the crossbar. Perryman, Huddle, Ardias. Smith. Ponte doing some sort of version of the Swiss hold. He'll be playing for his country against England at Wembley in November. Houghton. Huddle. Archibald's back header, miss kick. Oh, fine shot on the turn by Crooks. The miss kick was by Burns. And they've done enough, these front players for Tottenham, to cause a number of errors in the centre of the Nottingham Forest defence. Smith wanted Crooks to make a hole for him. Crooks is away! Oh, that's beautiful! Oh, that's brilliant! Well, that will certainly do for starters. Chilton looking very disconsolate as all the Tottenham players want to go to congratulate Garth Crooks. I suspect there was a little bit of fortune with the bounce there as he was round Chilton, but even so, he showed some lovely control to put it away and to put the match, I think, out of Nottingham Forest reach. I think, too, it's fair to say that 2-0 is a justifiable scoreline on the balance of play. Brian Clough looks as though he's going to have defeats in the first match. Bowyer. Wallace. Wallace again. It's too far away from Bowyer. He's got a lot to do to turn, and he does well. Did extremely well then, Bowyer, because it was running away, clipped it back, almost back from the angle from which he'd come. It was the head of Birtles that just wasn't able to put it in, as Tottenham had given it up, I think. A lack of concentration in the Spurs defence, who obviously felt like I did that Bowyer wasn't going to be able to make it. Needham, Lacey away. Frank Gray, Robertson, Smith to him this time. Houghton behind. Goal kick. Robertson goes to kick the ball. It's not really had a very happy opening 90 minutes to a season. And Spurs making a substitution. It's Ozzy Ardiaz who's got on. And replaced by the Irishman, Jerry Armstrong. Crowd shouting there's only one Ardiaz, and he's certainly done enough, and acknowledging the applause. Gray. Long run for Ponte, but he makes it. Wallace, denied by Perryman, still gets a chance, and more than a little unlucky. He certainly battled without finding too much success. Crowd applaud a very satisfactory opening performance by Tottenham, highlighted by the individual goal from Garth Crooks, added to the one score from the penalty spot by Huddle after Ardiaz had been mauled down. Scored 22 last season, he scored their first this. Crooks followed it. Forest very disappointing, with only the performance of Ponte, I would think, to please Brian Clough and Peter Taylor.